Yo guys, what's up? We back with another recap slash rant. I ain't gonna lie, I'm exhausted. I'm tired. I was in and out of sleep of the game, but for the most part, I saw what I needed to see, man. Anyway, a freaking Monday night game has been so long, but the Falcons, my team, somehow pulled it out, 22-21 against the Philadelphia Eagles. Now I'm not gonna lie, I thought we was gonna lose this game coming into it, especially at the last week. This is probably some of the most media coverage I ever seen in my life for the Falcons. Kirk Cousins was being flamed every single day, including by myself. I'm trying to tell you after that game, Kirk Cousins. I'm trying to tell you, I was like, yo, this dude is trash. 150 million, that's still crazy. No, 180 million, 150 million. How much ever the man got paid? He should have never got that. That's what I said. But this game, good stuff by I guess you can get him his nickname back, Captain Kirk. I did not expect this from him at all. I said if we was gonna win this game, it was gonna be by running or the defense. And the defense did keep us in the game, but Kirk Cousins, we gonna get down to it. So anyway, as y'all know, as a Falcons fan, I like to start off with the other team, and then I like to come back on the Falcons side. But yeah, man, I'm tired, man. Look, so just bear with me with this, man. Like I said, the camera's all weird because it's over here, it's over there. But anyway, all right. Like I said, 22-21. The freaking Falcons come into Philadelphia and actually pull out the victory. By the way, before this game, Kirk Cousins was 3-10 in Monday Night Football games. Absolutely insane. But they said now he's on his 4 out of 5 Monday Night games, so that's actually cool to see. So now he is 4-10 in Monday Night Football games. But anyway, let's go to the Eagles, man. First of all, obviously, I like Saquon Barkley a lot. So for Saquon Barkley, he had 22 carries for 95 yards. Jalen Hurts had 13 carries for 85 yards. Jalen Hurts was the one with the touchdown. I think they call it the tush push at the 1 yard line. Crazy play. Everybody knows they're going to get in there. So shout out to Jalen Hurts. He made some good passes. Saquon Barkley made some good runs on their offense. Oh, shoot. My bad. Hold on, man. There we go. Jalen Hurts made some good stuff on offense. But for the most part, I hate this every single time because every time we win against a good team, they're gonna be like, "Oh well, AJ Brown wasn't playing. This is that. This is that." I hate when we play teams that's nerfed or somebody's injured because every single time they're gonna use that for an excuse. Oh well, if we would have had him, he would have won. We would have won. We would have did this. We would have did that. You get tired of hearing stuff like that, man. That's why I didn't used to like when people were injured. Even when we played in the Super Bowl, the whole time they was like, "Oh, Grunk this year, it was this year." You get tired of that stuff, man. But anyway, for the most part, I think our defense played well. Their defense played okay. You know what I'm saying? Um, Jalen Hurts, he really didn't do too much. He was 23 for 30, 183 yards and a touchdown and an interception. And the interception came at the end of the game. But it was nothing like too crazy where I was like, oh, yo, this dude did great on the Eagles. So I respect the Eagles. They went to the Super Bowl for a reason a couple of years ago. But this game, I feel like our defense really stepped up to the plate as they should. And it's crazy that people thought this was going to be like a super high scoring game. I knew it wasn't. If both teams have decent defenses, and it's not going to be a high scoring game. So good stuff right there. Anyway, as far as anything else for the Eagles, I really didn't see nothing too crazy, man. I just think Saquon really tried to take over this game. He didn't really get a chance to. Thankfully, he almost had 100 yards, but he didn't. I don't even think the dude we didn't get a rushing touchdown. Saquon didn't even get a rushing touchdown. It was basically Jalen Hurts with a passing touchdown, Jalen Hurts with a rushing touchdown, and I believe it was just field goals after that. Jake Elliott had 7 points, so yeah, that's all it was. So Jalen Hurts was the guy that scored every single touchdown, a rushing, a passing, and Saquon Barkley, even though he got the rushing yards, he did not get a rushing touchdown, and that's how it was. So Devontae Smith was the main guy that was doing something in this game. Like I said, AJ Brown was out, and I think another AJ Terrell did pretty good against Devontae and stuff like that. The defense as a whole did good, but as far as the Eagles, that's pretty much it. And it's crazy that dude. I uploaded that YouTube short about Cooper Dijon, getting a pick two and Madden when I played, and he ended up getting subbed in this game. That's absolutely insane. I think he's gonna be great for the Eagles, but that's enough for the Eagles, man. All right, for the Falcons, now I told y'all, Kirk Cousins, man, I was flaming him this week. I'm trying to tell you, even him answering his media questions, it was trash. They was like, yo, Kirk, you looked a little nervous out there in week one. How did you feel? He was like, man, I need to go look at the tape. I'm looking like, bro, what is Kirk talking about? Why the heck do you got to go look at the tape for telling somebody how you felt out there? That was the weirdest thing. And then they was like, yo, Kirk, why you wasn't playing under center, bro? He was like, man, I don't know. I was worried about the laces on the ball. Like, man, what the heck are you talking about? Kirk Cousins interviews are ridiculous sometimes, man. I got to go watch them. I don't know what the heck the guys be talking about, but the interview after the game, man, good stuff. I'm glad he was able to do what he needed to do. I'm glad we came down there, and Kirk Cousins finally looked like a freaking quarterback. I don't know if he's 150 mil, 180 mil, stuff like that yet, but for what he did today, at least towards the end of the game when it mattered, because for a while it was still 0-0, we was kicking field goals and stuff like that. But as far as him finishing out the game the way he did, we didn't have no timeouts. He was throwing to different guys. We finally got better play calling this game, way better play call. I'm talking about 100 times better. We let everybody in the mix. Kirk Cousins 20 for 29, 241 yards, 2 touchdowns, and no interception. Even though he almost threw an interception again on the first drive, I was like, oh shoot, here we go. I was nervous right there when he started throwing the ball, but we was good ever since. Bijan Robinson 14 carries, 97 yards, no touchdowns as far as running the ball. So him and Saquon kind of battled it out. They kind of had the same thing. Glad they did add Tyler Algier more into the mix. He had 9 carries for 53 yards. Tyler Algier seemed like he's averaging more yards a carry. Even though Bijan had 6.9 yards a carry this game, but 5.9, but 9 for 53 looks kind of better than 14 and 97. But Tyler Algier, glad to see him in the mix. Even Ray McLeod. Kirk Cousins had 4 carries for -1 yards. It's absolutely insane. But the guy that really showed up today was Darnell Mooney. We finally got a chance to see his speed in space, his athleticism. 3 catches for 88 yards, averaged 29.3 yards a catch, and that's freaking insane. And he had a huge touchdown. And then in the game, Drake London had a huge touchdown. He was 6 for 54 in the touchdown. Dude balled out, man. And I'm just glad that we finally was able to throw the ball downfield, because all that dink and dunk and all these basic plays, that really bothered us last week. And even starting off this game, I'm glad we opened up the playbook. I'm glad we knew what we was doing. I'm glad the people just looked comfortable. And Kyle Pitts, he was 3 for 20. Didn't really go too crazy. I don't know what it is about, the offensive coordinators can't really do something with Kyle Pitts. I don't know if it's Kyle Pitts or just the play calling, or I don't know what's going on. But for a first round pick, I feel like we should be utilizing him a lot more. But it seems like they're trying to get the ball to Bijan like the most. I understand he's a playmaker, but you do not want to make a running back tired down. That's why Saquon went to the Eagles. I feel like they have a more of a balanced team where it's not all on him. So that's kind of crazy, man. Anyway, that's the offense. I told you I was suspect, man. I was one of the main dudes on Kirk. I'm like, yo, look, I'm texting my friends. Every time I thought about the game on Sunday, I'm looking like, yo, this man Kirk is trash. He gotta go. I'm telling you, the whole week I'm flaming this man. I'm like, man, heck no. I'm like, ain't no freaking way. I'm like, yo, the fans about to call for him, and I think they did. I feel like the media and the fans was on this man so much. He literally had no choice but to take all the negativity and use it as strength. And I'm telling you guys, I'm letting you know, every freaking media, every single person, all the people, the fans was already turning this man. He was done with. If he would have played terrible in this game, I'm telling you, he would have been benched. And people still got this man on his radar. Like, yo, look, if you mess up, you done. We tired of all this other stuff. We don't want to deal with this stuff no more. Kirk Cousins played like trash week one. But this is what we wanted to see week one from Kirk Cousins. I told y'all we should have played in the preseason. Even my boy Matt Ryan said, yo, this has come from lack of preseason. They should have played in the preseason. Maybe we should have did better. Even though the Steelers had a great defense, the Eagles, I thought their defensive line was going to play better than what the heck they did. But the Falcons' offensive line did good running the ball. Obviously, we're running the ball well. We was able to do the play action. Kirk Cousins was actually moving and not being a freaking sitting duck or a statue. That's what we like to see, man. We want to see the man do a play action. We wanted to see him under center. We wanted to see him in shotgun, running. We wanted to see him do different formations and having different plays so we can go out there and do what we needed to do, man. So that's what I like to see. So shout out to the offense this game. I believe we should have still scored more points. A lot of missed opportunities. It took us a while to get going. Like even myself in this video, because I'm tired, I was all over the place. But we good, man. So glad to see it. 2 touchdowns for Kirk Cousins. And Darnell Movie, glad to see him what he's doing on the defensive side of the ball. AJ Terrell, like I said, had a better game. I was glad to see Caden Ellis and Troy Anderson out there, even though Troy Anderson kind of missed like 2 big tackles with Saquon. Troy Anderson still makes some big plays. I like him a lot, and I like Caden Ellis. Both of them had. Caden Ellis had 6 tackles, I believe. Troy Anderson had 4 tackles. Um, the dude balled out, man. I'm glad to have those 2 guys on the team. And of course, the MVP for the team is Jesse Bates, man. Glad we have Justin Simmons too. I'm waiting for Justin Simmons to get a pick, man. I think he's gonna get a pick against Mahomes. I told y'all next week. Justin Simmons has 5 picks from Mahomes, the most out of anybody in the history of the NFL. So he'll probably get his first pick as a Falcon against Mahomes. But Jesse Bates, I think that's the guy we're gonna have to get the jersey, man. All the jerseys they got for the Falcons are no longer on the team. But Jesse Bates, he definitely deserves it. I like when Jesse Bates came to the team. He's been showing that he's one of the most dominant safeties in the league, man. The dude is a baller. And I'm glad to have him, man. Way to close out the game, way to be clutch. And the fact that we went into Philly after all the pressure, after all the everything and all the negative stuff, like I said, including from us fans, Kirk Cousins still came out on top. I like that we won this game, and I'll give him the game ball as far as on the offense. But Jesse Bates to close it out how he did, that was special. And even Mike Hughes, man, Mike Hughes stepped up to the plate this time. I was like, yo, Mike Hughes, why he out there? They could have put Kevin King out there. Every single person that I flamed last week, I think the media was on them, and they tightened up. They knew what the assignment was, and they went out there and they did it. And that's what I like to see, man. All this stuff is tough love. I say stuff about my team because I want them to do better. And I feel like the media, like their media team, actually like watches stuff like that. They watch YouTube, they watch the like the regular shows like First Take and all that other stuff. They watch stuff and they go into them and they ask them questions. Oh, how come you didn't do that? The fans are saying this. Well, I don't think they really say the fans said this, but they say, oh, people was wondering how you feel. People were wondering why you didn't go in the center. People were wondering this. People were wondering that. And yes, they look at stuff like this and they wonder, the fans are kind of right. Let me ask them about this. So, yeah, it's crazy to think Avery Williams, our kick returner, he also had like surgery last year. Everybody in Mama seemed like they messing up the Achilles. And the NFL is supposed to be a lot safer these days. So it's kind of crazy. So anyway, as far as defense, Grady Jarrett, nobody ended up getting a sack except for Matthew Judon, which is cool. Glad Judon is starting to, come alive as well. But other than that, shout out to Mike Hughes for stepping up this game. Good job for, what's that man's name? Oh, what's his name? David Ayamada. I liked him last year. He's another guy that came from the Saints. He balled out. Jalen Hurts was getting away, though. But David Ayamada was putting in work against the offensive line. And like I think the commentator was saying the Eagles' offensive line has the biggest weight on their offensive line, like averaged out of any team in the NFL. So the fact that we went in there and we was able to actually show pressure better than I ever seen, to actually have coverage where Jalen Hurts was literally taking forever. I mean, it would be cool if we was able to shut him down a lot more, get to him. But the fact that we was able to force him to run the ball, and I think it was, how many times we had to force him the ball? He ran the ball 13 times, and most of those was because there was nobody open downfield. So that is huge for us. So good stuff by the Falcons defense, good stuff by the offense. Way to close the game out, way to go into a hazardous environment like Philly. If y'all don't know, the Philly fans are kind of like the Saints fans, or it could be worse, it could be better. I met some respectful ones the last time they played at the stadium, man. Good people. But that is a crazy environment for what I hear. So on a Monday night, when Kirk Cousins is trash and coming back from all of that, I told you I can give him respect on that. I just hope he continues to be consistent, because we can't have what we had against the Steelers, man. We can't have that. But him stepping up to the plate in crunch time with with all the lights on it, that's huge. So hopefully he can continue to do that, and everybody else in the team, we can get better and better. So for right now, I don't want to be like, oh, I take everything back I say. Look, it still stands, bro. If you playing like trash, bro, you gonna have to go up out of here. I told you he was gonna get he was gonna be the quickest quarterback to be benched in Falcons history. Hey, look, it still stands. But right now, Kirk Cousins, I don't want you to let up. Oh yeah, I had my nice moment. No, man, you got to keep going. You got to keep doing this. You got to pay all that money. You got to keep showing it. That's all I got to say, man. Don't be letting up. You know what I'm saying? You need to keep tighten up. You need to do what you got to do. You need to realize that you're still an NFL quarterback. You ain't here just to collect money. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you can do that for your family and friends and all other stuff, but you need to come out and everybody count on you. I told you week one when he was like, "Oh, people coming up to me saying, oh yeah, you better win. We room for you." Look, all of us fans are rooting for you, but if you play like trash, we're gonna be rooting for you to get up out of here, man. But this time, I'll give you your flowers. Kirk Cousins played like Captain Kirk, and we got the victory that I did not expect to get. We are 1-1, and we got to continue to come on. Next week, we play against the Chiefs at home, and we got to do what we got to do, man. So, y'all let me know what y'all think. Like I said, I am tired, so sorry if I was, a little bit. But it's like 12 o'clock right now, and I was in and out of sleep, after a long shift, so you already know how that go, man. So, like and subscribe. Let me know what y'all think. Was you impressed with Kirk Cousins? Was you impressed with our defense? Am I giving Kirk Cousins too much credit? Or y'all, you know what I'm saying? Let me know what's up, man. I really want to know how y'all feel. Great feedback on the last video. Um, so yeah, man. Cause I'm thinking like, am I giving this man way too much credit? Was it him? Was it not him? Are people just gonna talk about AJ Brown? Y'all let me know, man. So y'all like subscribe. Hey, I appreciate y'all. We grinding, we shining. Hey, be the best version of yourself, man. We out. Let's go.